Seems like we're good to go. Take it away, guys.
Woo! All right, to finish off our Genesis block, I am... What? I didn't hear you. I am LRock617 with my only Genesis run of the day. This is Captain America: The Avengers. It was a arcade beat 'em up release for originally in the arcade back in 1991, I think, and then later ported in 1992 to the Genesis and SNES. Going to be running today on the hardest difficulty because that's the only difficulty I learned. Continues for up to 7 is the max, and it's just for safety, like in case things go bad. And the control scheme is just set to what I have it as, just for personal preference. Time's going to be as soon as I hit start on one player, and that's going to be 3, 2, 1, go. To our benefit, it starts on the character that we want to play. We're going to be playing as Captain America. Now, this game is available on several different platforms. It's going to be on arcade. There's a SNES version that's infinitely harder than this one. Then we have the Genesis version where Captain America is just completely busted as a character. Start things off with the moveset. Here we have the slide that itself has a hitbox. Really, really good. They're right. That was actually perfect. So that's really good. I'm going to slide back on here. Catch this guy on the left with the... That was unfortunate. I didn't want to get hit there. This game is full of memes, by the way. Every time Cap gets hit, you know it. And the shield throw is... honestly the reason to play Cap. You didn't really get to see why there, but you definitely will here for this boss fight. Here we have Whirlwind breaking out of the bank. And Claw and... forget the other guy's name right behind him. The reason the shield's so good is because when you throw it, it hits twice. He was trolling me super hard there. Like, it hits on send and return. It doesn't do this on any other version of this game. So it gives you really, really good damage on enemies that don't get knocked down. So on bosses, you're going to be seeing a lot of it. Lots more sliding. We got enemies in the way. Take that guy out. Quicksilver pops in with a health up. We'll snag that.
Thank you, Quicksilver.
I was talking before when Whirlwind did this, but this is my favorite laugh in video games right here. So good. It's just perfectly cartoonish. I love it. So we're going to ignore these parts of helicopter block that make it helicopter block. Those guys can despawn and we're fine. I wanted to focus more on the ground enemies. So now we actually have to fight Whirlwind, who, if I do this correctly, is not a hard boss fight at all. I'm going to throw shield, hits twice, knocks him down. If I do this correctly, it's 5 cycles of exactly this. Just hope he doesn't get out of this. Oop, missed it.
Go!
Ooh, got it. Nice. Almost got clipped there. I was late on that 4th cycle. The really crappy thing about enemies in this game is that if an enemy gets knocked down, they have iframes that you can't see. Like, they get up and they don't blink, they don't do anything. It's just like, I'm invincible and I'm not telling you. It's so stupid. But it's just a thing I had to adjust timing for. We're going to throw shield right away. If I throw shield on an early frame there, it actually takes those guys out who have shields, which normally can't get hurt by projectiles. They just don't have the property yet, and it's a really cool exploit. I'm going to pick that guy up and throw him. You'll be seeing a lot more of that later. The throw is very, very good. It kills enemies in one hit, and it can hit other enemies. On to our first of 3 shmup sections. Of course, there's not going to be a whole lot to talk about in the shmup sections. It's just really cool to watch, and it has really good music. But Cap is really busted here because he's the only character whose hitbox hits on send and return, so we get a ton of DPS here by doing this. As you can see, you can use any of the buttons to do it, so I'm just doing rapid match ABC.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
You and me, girl. Oh yeah, I forgot you get the Batman 60s style sound effect. It's tremendous. Data East is so underrated for soundtracks, by the way. Big ups to them. A couple mini bosses in the way, which honestly, this game is primarily just a boss rush anyway. You have something like 4 to 5 bosses per stage almost, past the first one. This helicopter's not going to do anything to us. We're just going to stay right here below, whip it at it, and down it goes. It actually was launching blue drones that look just like these green ones here, but I was just hitting them as soon as they popped out. It was not a problem. Go away. Don't touch me.
And now we're getting into Brack songs here. I see how it is.
I like the scrolling with the water too. This part is just so cool to show off for like just presentation purposes.
Yeah.
I also love Cap's little like hoverboard, whatever it is, like hover scooter. Like I want one of those.
I also like when you hold the attack button, you can block, right?
Yes, you can, just like so. So this is a power-up that gives us Wasp, who is a great assist in terms of damage, but we actually don't need it because getting her actually spawns a 10-second cutscene that delays the spawn of this helicopter, so we just don't get it. I said helicopter. This is a fighter jet. I'm done. So many helicopters today. We're just going to chill right below where the lasers could fire and take it out. Lickety-split. More enemies here. I don't think we're going to see too many weird formations of enemies popping in. This is probably the most unique one where they spawn from the sky. Those guys also have a decent amount of health. This is picky. They can actually fly away if I let them, but he just didn't take enough damage. That's on me. I think that did cost me a little bit of time. Not a huge amount, though. These little blue crystals give us health. That's 10 health per. I think we get 3 while we're in the air out here. They'll be useful. Another thing to note about this game, every continue for this game is only 1 life. And I don't anticipate 1CCing this game. I've only 1CC'd this game on Genesis 1 time. It's just that difficult. Enemies are crazy in this game. May happen, but it won't be a big deal. It certainly won't kill the run. Moving on to, I think it's our first actual boss with a health meter here. This is, for some reason, they decided a Sentinel in Avengers game was a good idea. We're just going to cross Marble here. Have a pretty good exploit here. We're going to sit right below the chest piece. We can fire away without too many issues. We're going to get some multi-directional lasers here in a moment, but then we move down, so we don't let the hand get us. Move back up, move back down. That should take him out. There we go.
I love how the sprite for the boss changes. Like the little character profile picture changes as they take damage.
Yeah, it's great. They're like, oh god, he got me. It's
like a live look-in.
These guys get taken out with slides, but I had to be pretty timely with that because if I'm a little too late, they can grab me, and the grab is really dangerous.
Yeah.
I'll take out these guys. So these guys have they have 2 really good forms of offense in that hop kick and that dive kick. My goal is just to make sure I can throw them. Quicksilver with some more health. This fills 20, I believe. Yeah, there we go. More enemies here. These guys don't have much health. The laser guys are always an issue. Like if they fire the laser like right in my face, I'm just gonna take damage and it's really hard to stop. Oh, a little late there. He's dead though. Or not. Okay, supposed to be. Those guys are also an issue. They have contact damage. All they have to do is touch you and you're done. I'm gonna scrap here a little bit. Kind of tend to go in here with not too much of a plan, just because I have to make sure I'm watching what they do. Their behavior is incredibly random, so I have to do a lot of adjustment. All right, for our boss, we have a character named the Grim Reaper.
There's a tree.
There's a not for long. It's not. So for this guy, we have this awesome quick kill we can do, but it's probably not going to work out. Oh, hey, I got a pretty decent amount of damage there. When you do your dive attack while he's airborne, he takes damage on every frame. So that's optimal to be able to get that. See if you can lure him into the corner here. I jumped way too early. Okay, that was a bad jump. Or we'll just do that. Optimally, how it's supposed to work is he's supposed to chase me directly to the left. I can turn around and just dive at him. And through 2 of them, it drains all his health down to 1, and then I only have to finish him off with a punch. But sometimes he doesn't cooperate. On to the bottom of the sea. Start by throwing our shield. Take out every enemy we can. We can generally just camp here and be fine. But we do have to watch out for this green guy, because he can do that.
Smash! I like when you
I don't
hit
know what
them,
this guy's
it's
doing
blam.
jumping down here, though. Come here. This guy we just slide into. It hits twice. These early segments of enemies are actually kind of rough. They have a pretty good amount of variety of what they can actually do to you. So you have to be really, really careful about how you approach them. These guys I'm going to take out because it's actually faster. First boss for this stage. There's an exploit I'm hoping I'm going to be able to do by putting him in the corner.
Is his name Baby?
His name is Wizard, but we're calling him Baby for the purpose of this. There we go. This might work. He's going to jump. I'm going to throw the shield again. That should put him down. It's not going to kill him, but we're going to do it again. Perfect fight. That was great. I did 2 practice runs yesterday. I didn't get that because he just kept getting out of it somehow. This is also my favorite sprite in the game. Cap's jetpack for underwater use is just adorable. Like, I love it so much. It looks like a battery hooked to his back. So for this shmup section, it almost kind of reminds me of Contra, except the reverse. These guys on the ground are my top priority for being able to eliminate because they have spread gun with their harpoons. They can cause issues. They can
spread harpoon?
Spread harpoon, yeah. It sounds threatening, right?
Yeah, I'm terrified.
It's a problem. Kill those enemies pretty quickly, so we're just gonna move down here. It's just a quick scrolling cutscene. But my goal here is to stay on the bottom because there's gonna be a number of those guys with spread guns here at the very end, and I just want to take them all out as soon as I can. So Mariner makes his cameo.
Okay, go!
I love that band.
Don't we all? So this is my favorite boss for naming reasons. We don't get to see boss names in this game, but if I'm playing the arcade version, I discovered the name of this boss is the Mech Taco, which I think is supposed to be like a bad translation. It's a great one. It's the best bad translation, 100%. By bad, I mean mistranslation. Let's put it that way. Essentially, the goal is just to stay on the window and make sure you can get as many hits on that as you can. There we go. Chill out here at the bottom so we can enter the underwater cavern. So this room's really dangerous. Most of the enemies only take one hit, but they all have lasers, so everybody's an issue. That was good, though. That was not. Jerk. I want to see if I can hit him. Sit down. Oh, that's it. You're going to timeout. Get out of here. Break down the wall, which only takes one hit. Stop that. Those guys you want to take out of the air as quickly as you can because they're trying to set up to dive kick you, and it's pretty annoying when they get to do that. We're going to see lots of slide formation here. What are you doing? Where are you going? Scoop this guy. Damn, he just went all the way downtown. Okay, get that. It was actually decent. I think it was the first time I've ever done that without taking a hit. So for our boss Mandarin, there's a loop that I can do that's going to lead to a quick kill. I hope I'm able to pull it off.
So is this the same Mandarin like Tony Stark, Iron Man?
Yep, the same. Guy with the Chinese rings. But this dive loop is going to make very short work of him as long as I'm able to maintain it. Oh no, I missed, dropped the input. Got a simul inputs of a dive. Still good, but not perfect. Red Skull appears to taunt us. You cannot defeat me.
Because I'm just a screen.
Off to our underwater base. Now we get to go into space, because that's where every great comic epic ends, apparently.
It's my favorite kind of laser cannon.
Another bopping music track. So the Quinjet's going to depart us at this space station, and what I don't understand is we're able to... I can understand if Iron Man or Vision could do this, but Cap just hopping off a Quinjet in space
right,
without, like,
space.
proper spacesuit equipment, and we're fine, you know, like, okay.
Who are you to doubt vibranium?
Come here.
Transparent mask.
Transparent mass. So for these guys, I'm hoping to, well, I was hoping to, but that guy decided to act up. What you can do is you can camp by the door and start throwing them as they pop out. It's really useful, but they decided to be mean. I think that was actually on me, though. Come here. Dash, please. One more, I think. Okay, there we go. What? How, they both missed? Come here. There we go. This segment's kind of tough. A lot of varied enemies. What I'm hoping to do is be able to just get as many throws in as I can. Move to the other side. Get some shield throws. Come here.
Man, I don't know about you, but if I'm one of the guys in the third elevator and I hear that they're opening it up because it's time for me to go out, and that means I know that the guy, whoever's out there, took care of the first two. Like, huh?
So this is supposed to be Juggernaut. I've been referring to him as Juggerbot because Juggernaut's way bigger than this. Oh, that was bad. So there's a loop you can do that features like a similar dive loop to what we were doing on Mandarin, but it requires a turnaround, and I just held left there. It's a little bit too long. But we could just bait him to roll over this way and just turn around and hit him again. Thunk. There we go.
Nice.
One minor mishap, but we got there. Gonna dash over here. Hope that works. Hey, it works. Nice. Actually, just discovered that strat yesterday when I was doing practice runs. We can do our little door exploit here. We're going to pop back out. So long. And one more. Bye-bye. Shield guys, we're going to dash right into them. Should have been enough to kill them, but not a huge deal. The dives are going to come in very, very useful. I didn't talk enough earlier about the shield dive. This move here, this move is really, really strong. As you saw in Mandarin, it's quite good for a number of boss fights. Speaking of bosses, I'm going to move on to our next one. Ultron's kind of a jerk. He also has one of my favorite quotes in the game, which I'll show off. So good. So this loop involves us having to make sure he fires this bolt at us so we can hop over and hit him. The timing on it is really strict because, as mentioned before, he has iframes that we can't see. So our goal is to make sure that we get in before his iframes wear off, but before he can anti-air us with that punch. Not the easiest thing, as you saw me get hit once with it already. And of course, we can drop it and lay right in front of him with a mistake. Don't know what's going to happen here. Yeah, that was bad. I mixed myself up on that one. Really? All right, it's your Q ciphering.
I can't move.
Is indeed their death screen. What? Wow, that does 16 damage. Even I didn't know that. That's a lot. Perfect Ultron fight is something I've definitely gotten in the past, but it's hard. Just because he's just... When you hit him, he can go in one of two different directions. Sometimes he goes to the left, sometimes he goes to the right. And if he goes the way you don't want him to, that can cause problems. There we go. I think it's 2 more, because he does have pixel health. Had to be safe on that one. Alright, they'll finish that off. Not a good fight, but we're still in there.
You just wanted to hear me say I can't move.
I mean, that was one of my goals today, for sure. I'm amazed it took that long before that happened. I was dying much, much earlier than that today. So to open our last stage, we have quite a long shmup section. Pretty cool, though. Music's great. We have our awesome battery-packed jetpack back. Try saying that 6 times fast.
Our awesome battery-packed jetpack? Is that what it was? Like,
Hey, I got you to challenge me on that. So. It's really going to be about the same as we saw in the first shmup section in stage 2. Really not that much different. We're just going to be tearing things down with our shield. We just get the music to bop to. So this is a time there's any donations pouring in. By all means, feel free to speak up. If
Well,
no big
not
deal.
exactly pouring in. Keep going with what you're
No
doing.
problem. Another fighter jet boss. We're just going to show below the laser section and just...
I might be able to do it to the beat. Awesome battery pack, jetpack. Awesome battery pack, jetpack. Awesome battery pack, jetpack. I'll stop.
no, that was a great meme. I was laughing.
I'm sorry, Sai was giving me this look. I wasn't sure if he was enjoying it or it was like.
I was enjoying it.
No, it was great. It was great.
Now I can't not hear it.
You're a better man than me.
Awesome battery pack, jetpack.
You can't hear it.
I can't. It's all I hear now.
That's all I'm gonna hear ever again. Alright, these clowns. Another wasp power up. Same reasons we're not gonna pick it up. It just prevents the spawning of more enemies. Delays by about 10 seconds. We don't want that. Plus, honestly, as good as the firepower is from Wasp, because of Cap's broken hitboxes on his shield, we don't need it. It's like, I mean, it's efficient, but not fast at the same time. So who needs it? Take out these clowns. Firing their lasers at me. No, you go down. Jeez, I didn't know there were this many enemies in this section. Good lord. Got some health though, so that's cool. Give me that.
Keyboard solo. I like it.
So, as the plot of this game, Red Skull's big finale is that he constructed this giant laser cannon on the moon that he planned to point at the Earth, and the start of Stage 5 involves us taking out the laser cannon, as we're going to see right here. I'm trying to line up with the, there's a disc near the top of it that I'm trying to line up with, because Cap automatically realigns to it, so it saves time to be able to get there. A couple enemies down here at the bottom chilling near the base. I'm going to take care of them. We can't actually hit the laser cannon from here, even though we're supposed to destroy it. It's weird. We are, however, going to hit the bottom. Do one single dive attack to the right. And that takes it out. Not so hard after all. Who knew that Cap just kicking the thing was going to be enough to take it out.
They're like,
Come
should
here,
we make sure the plating is strong enough to handle a kick? Who's gonna come up to the moon and kick this thing?
In fairness, that's a reasonable assumption.
It is.
Purely Death Star
Yeah.
logic. These laser guys are giving me heck, so we're going to try and take care of these clowns. Damn, this guy's jumping all over the place.
He's trying to anti-air the heck out of you, man.
Doesn't work when I don't jump.
I know. We smart.
Also, here we have the name of my split. And we
What's
dropped
this?
down
Oh, here's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing without the elevator.
the floor. That slide sprite is great, though. All right, our last boss rush starts with Crossbones being a jerk. Comes in to say you're trapped and immediately leaves. So here we have an enemy that in comics is named the Collector, but the thing about the Collector is there's only one of them, so they just refer these two as Collect. So I guess we're just calling Collect, I really don't know. That was a bad jump. We can actually loop them similar to what we did with Juggernaut, where we get them to do that, turn around and hit them. That's bad. That was a bad hitbox.
By the way, don't think I missed
gotta
that joke
improv here.
about calling collect.
I would hope you wouldn't. I'd be very disappointed if you weren't. This fight has gone off the rails, though. I kind of have to do it. Really? Okay.
Wow.
Anti-air grab. That was clutch. All right, that's better. Let's see if I can get him to jump again. These saw blades are also quite mean. They do really good damage. Get the stats.
Nice.
Nice.
Probably going to die in this room. This room is full of a lot of really difficult enemies, but I'm going to do the best I can to work within the system. That guy's going to die. Oddly enough, the grab does less damage than you think. It just takes time. I only took 1 damage from that grab, for example, but it just bleeds a lot of time. That was rude. Forgot about those guys. Kill these guys real quick. Okay.
Wow.
They're pretty resilient, turns out.
Yeah.
These the red and blue guys are some of the worst enemies in the game. And under our second boss, probably taking a death here because Crossbones is the hardest boss in the game. Just purely RNG. He's gonna roll up like this. We're gonna block. This is the only use we make a block in the entire run. And we're trying to dodge to block those knives so we can throw a shield, hit him twice, hopefully get past his iframes. Dodging the turtle shells because those things explode and they do a lot of damage. This boss music is also tremendous. One of the best in the game. Cool thing about this game is every boss, I think, has their own theme. Not very common. Alright, so pretty good so far, but I am getting kind of trapped here. Per what Crossbones said. I'm actually getting really good luck here, too. So I'm not going to bemoan that. Alright,
Nice fight.
I can't stress how good that luck is because
Nice fight.
one thing he likes to do a lot is when he gets up, I saw he was rolling around. Sometimes he'll just roll right from the right to the left, and he can be like right on me. Awful. It's really awful. All right, so last segment of enemies for our final boss segment. These guys are gonna be pretty annoying. We've got lots of zoning, lots of lasers. Probably gonna take some damage to get killed. Please die. Don't touch me. Come here, you. Throw is useful here too if they decide to spawn on me. Other than that, I'm just gonna zone them just because shield hitbox is busted. All right, for our final boss here we have Red Skull. There's a quick kill I can do that I hope I'm gonna be able to land. I'm gonna dive kick him into the corner. He's gonna get up. I'm gonna hopefully dodge his iframes and throw a shield. Music's amazing too. This is like the best track in the game. You only get to hear it for about 4 seconds. We get there. Perfect. All right, cool.
Nice.
That was great. All right, now we have the actual final boss. It wasn't actually Red Skull. It was this Mecha Skull. We're gonna lure him up here to the top. Took a kill. It's no big deal.
Can't move.
I kind of anticipated that. But the cool thing is, this is similar to Grim Reaper. We're going to be able to dive on him and do damage per every frame if I can get out of this tornado. I missed the first hit, so he's kind of being a trolley. There we go. That's better. Not a big deal. I took the damage there either. I'll just punch him to death. There we go. Not a perfect fight, but managed to finish it off. And time's going to be once I board the jet and we see OK go. So that's going to be time. Ooh. Bit of an up and down run. Lots of stuff went really, really well. I was happy with the Red Skull fight in particular. That was perfect. But then the Mech Skull fight, I just took a death immediately. But 23-27 is not too bad. My PB's a 21-40, but that was also my only deathless run, so I wasn't anticipating that happening. But still, a 23 when I haven't played this game in a minute, I'm not unhappy. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I think we're up to the SNES block now, right? We got Yells up next with Magic Sword.
Oh, shoot.
Sweet.
Okay.
All right, everybody, stick around.